All right, hello everybody. Welcome to VR Master League. Here, back and ready to hopefully get started with this action soon. In this opening round of Group B here in Europe, this is the round robin finals qualifier. It's Vertigo facing off against Quackheads, and here to cast it for you alongside me, is SirDimwi. Wit on the cameras, I'm Palidore, and over to SirDimwi now. Who'll tell you a little bit about this matchup. Intriguing things going on.
I just excuse my typing because I just now realized I forgot to put out this the next round of spam for these games here, because especially this one right now. This is a genuine matchup here between these two teams. This is going to be a fantastic game. This is yesterday we were getting games like this in round 3. We were kind of spoiled yesterday. Today we're getting it in round 1.
Yeah.
These two teams are basically the two. Well, all right. So not to count Paradox out. Paradox does have the opportunity to prove the way through here. We saw Instinct do it yesterday for North America. So Paradox definitely has the opportunity, but the two favorites are playing right now here on Channel 1, Vertigo and Quackheads. They met 3 times during the season. Early on in the season, that game went to Quackheads early on. So they're 2-1 in favor of Quackheads in their 3 games during the season. First game went to Quackheads. Second game, which was in week 10, also went to Quackheads. But it was that last game in week 12 that Vertigo took the victory. So it is Vertigo with the most recent victory over Quackheads. And but the fact that they've kind of traded victories and losses back and forth throughout the season, I think we're in store for a really good game here. It's going to be really, really heavily fought. Sanch is going to be doing a lot of stunning on the Quackheads backline, because you know Quackheads are definitely being a European team, they lean towards that clear and boost mentality. And Sanch, his job is to shut down those defensive chains, those backline chains. So I'm really excited to see this matchup here.
Same here. So let's go. Round 1, launch is out. It's Kai Twangpans first to the approach, but contesting them, Irony Man and Gobshai coming away is Damus trying to dump it out to the back line midfield. A little bit of pile-ups forming here as for the first just joust, it's going to be a little bit of fast action, and it's going to be some traction for Kai, assisted by Sanch.
Yeah, they left Kai pretty open on that shoulder block there. I don't know if it was a lack of communication, but he was sitting right on the edge of the bubble there, completely unchallenged. Nobody was even in the passing lane there. So it was an easy pass from Sanch to Kai, and then Kai got the easy one-on-one against that goalie, able to put that one in for that first 2 of the game, of the day here, just 30 seconds in.
So that, yeah, first 2 going there as going for the approach. Gobshite, Irony Man back aligning it. Will be taken here, or Infiltrate trying to take it actually. Twangpants though snapping right up and ejecting it to the back line. Oh, miscommunication could cost him if Infiltrate gets a disc here, tries to bounce it on over as he gets stunned, but it will be a clear going out now. And Vertigo trying to get some boost going. Sanch right behind the tail of these 2 defensive players rather, in Quackheads.
So it's mistakes like that, Quack has really got to be able to, they really have to be able to capitalize on those mistakes when Vertigo makes them, because that's where they're going to find the points. Ooh, good opportunity there from Middleman, though. Sends that one, but it's going to bounce off the post all the way out and back. Irony Man getting a hand on it, but he's going to get stunned out. So Twangpants coming away with it. And now that one's sent out. They do get a man down deep. It's going to be Kai. Does he have enough time? He does.
There you go.
That disc took a beautiful bounce right in front of the goal. So Kai, all he had to do was push it the rest of the way in. He's being credited with a dunk there, 0-meter throw, good for the 2, and now Vertigo's up by 4 here, 2 minutes in.
That was a nice boost directly into the front of the goal, just laid out for him like a platter, and he definitely capitalized on that one. So maybe some early game jitters initially, Dimwi, but we'll see as the game goes on, and it's been a theme for Vertigo, where you do see them sometimes it takes a few minutes to work into it, but when they're rolling, they're a team with some high chemistry, and they look very good. You can hear some of the comms, maybe not, as they go for an attempt at the goal, but I know their comms really trying to focus the teamwork here as the rebound goes middleman. He's just going to back it out, wait for some space out.
Yeah, Quackheads, they're doing a good job of getting the disc into the Vertigo zone, the offensive zone there, and they just can't break into the bubble. So that's a real testament there to Vertigo's bubble defense with Twang with an opportunity here. He's going to walk this one in. He has all the time he needs. He's going to take all the time he can and put that one in gingerly. Good for another 2 there. Vertigo, and I'm going to check I really want to check the possession time right now. Actually, it's exactly equal, 57 seconds and 57 seconds.
How about that?
I find really surprising because it really feels like Quackheads has been doing most of the controlling. They just haven't been able to put points on the board here yet.
Yeah, I think that's the tricky part. That's a little misleading, but indeed, head-to-head on possession time as a very quick rollout comes out and will be just be taken back, it seems. So that's going to go right back. to possibly the other side, but midliner, oh, past his hands actually, so middleman, that might be a lost opportunity, but Vertigo, it's still the same case. They need to get back first and unable to do so initially here.
Oh, and a good read there by Kai. Kai sending that one into Twang, and Twang's going to walk that one in for another 2 there. And now Vertigo is going to take an 8-point lead. Kai with a great read on that send out from Quackheads, and he sends that one very quickly right back into Twang Panthers, hanging on that nest block there right in front of the goal, and he was very quickly able to turn that one out and convert it for another 2.
Yeah, so they will convert eventually. Their Quackheads just trying to knock some heads and hopefully get some points on the board soon here. Falling behind by 8, but only 4 minutes off the clock, so time's still conducive to any kind of comeback for sure. But at the moment, they're just going to spread out the floor again. You can see there's the grabs that Martin was talking about earlier, how Vertigo's an aggressive team. Quackhead's also an aggressive team, as that shot aggressively hits for Middleman, 82.
There you go. That is what Quackheads needed right there. 38 meters out with the boop shot. And I see Boop in chat. What's going on, Boop? And yeah, Middleman with the boop shot, 38 meters from the tube. Going to go in for the 3. And now Quackheads bringing that Vertigo lead down to 5 here, 8-3 with 5.5 to go. But yeah, Quackheads definitely need to get more scoring on the board. Hopefully that was just breaking the ice there, and they're able to turn that in to more scoring here, as Vertigo really slowing it down right now in their own zone.
Yeah, and really, you can see waiting. They're not in any rush to get rid of the disc. They're just trying to pressure that stack to come up towards them to maybe break it up. And the stack breakage, one of those much important parts of the European meta, especially given how much faster their stacks generally are. So when they get those fast stacks, those double stacks, sometimes breaking it up is something you do see commonly, especially for a team like Quackheads who and Vertigo, who do like the brawls in the first place. So yeah.
And Vertigo showing a lot of patience here on this possession. They've had it for a good maybe almost a minute now. But now Twangpan's taking this one on the far side. They're really trying to scrum up that defense. They're doing a good job of it. They had Kai was open for a moment, but he wasn't out of stun yet. That was a great opportunity, but just the timing wasn't quite there. But still in control is Vertigo in this zone. Now Dam is sending this one in behind the goal there to Sanch. Sanch going to block that one in for the 2 on the goalie, and that's going to be another 2 here for Vertigo. Going to push that lead back up to 7.
And Sanch is credited there for the goal, and that was off of a nice pass. But Middleman did manage to turn the disc blue, at least for a moment there, so almost got the save, but that shot was already too deep into it for it to matter. So Quackhead's falling behind now by 7 points. There's less than 4 minutes left in this opening round of, again, what is a pretty important match between two teams who are really going to be competing for that spot into the championships.
Absolutely. Oh, what a stun there and a steal by Vertigo. Kai's going to come away with this with Twang Pants. They're chained up. They're going to go for the dribble here all the way down, and a good dribble it was. Twang Pants is there first. He's under pressure now. He's got the room, though. He jukes off of that. Oh, but what a pickup by Sanch as Twang Pants gets stunned out, and Sanch is able to put that one in for another 2, and Vertigo extending that lead now to 9.
Yeah, that entire sequence there, very deceptive towards the middleman there in the goal, who maybe was expecting one player to shoot the disc, and then suddenly looks like it's dropped, but then right back up and in for the 2. So deceptive, but very, very necessary to get it past middleman in a sense, because otherwise I think a shot from that far out, if that initial one was taken, I would just give him a very high likelihood of saving that.
Oh, and now with a lot of time here. Oh, with a shot going just wide as the defense just got back to the goal, but still in possession of it here is Vertigo. Twangpants now juking around, trying to pull that defender out. He likes what he saw, so he sends that one into Kai. Kai trying to go behind the goal. Does hit Damus. Damus taking a shot. Under all that pressure, he's able to put that one in for another 2. Vertigo are really just... they're just playing out of their minds right now in the bubble. Quackheads are having a really hard time dealing with it. Quackheads are doing really good coverage. They have great coverage in the bubble, but Vertigo's just beating them in the one-on-ones and getting away with these goals.
And a couple times now in a row, they've been trying to go to that backboard for those offensive maneuvers, which is indeed a popular spot for a good reason, that short range. And you also force the goalie to have to turn and maneuver around to address the person behind him. So it's a good spot to take shots. And I think for Quackheads, trying to recognize that and cut it off and just make them take some shots from up front instead if possible.
Almost a turnover there, and we see another turnover ultimately from the Quackheads' joust advantage, although Gobshite getting away with that one and sending it through that tube all the way down in the Vertigo zone, but the chains are away. It's going to be Middleman with it. Going off the backboard. He hits it. And that's good for 2 there. 4 Quackheads are back on the board once again. Now, still a 9-point deficit with a minute and a half to go. But what I'm seeing is Quackheads, when they're coming out on that chain, they're trying to bust up. They're basically running a chain buster. It's a different chain buster than we saw the ones I was referencing yesterday. But they're running a chain buster trying to get those quick passes through mid. But they're scuffing some of those passes as they're trying to bust it. They do bust the chain up, but then one of those passes goes a little awry, and Vertigo is able to turn around and capitalize on that. But maybe Quackheads possibly able to force a turnover here. They're putting a lot of pressure on at the moment.
Have pressure high for both these teams. Obviously, the stakes high in just terms of the outcomes of this cup. Turnover going to Damus. Irony Man just trying to look for that backstack there with Gob, maybe link up. Either way, they need to put on some pressure and actually separating out into some man defense, it seems, or semi-zone, really. They're leaving a couple defenders back there, but with this amount of time left, that's not going to be conducive to a comeback, especially if they score one more time here. So Sanch looking for an opportunity, but a stun from Infiltrate as it gets a clear.
Yeah, it is going to get cleared out, but with a 9-point goal differential, that's a minimum of 3 goals that Quackheads need. They all need to be 3s. Gobshite, though, going to hit a 2 there. So some points on the board, maybe so they can build off of into round 2, excuse me. But yeah, no, it does appear we are out of that fabled mathematical time here. We're only going to have about 9 seconds, 8 seconds once we come out of the tube. A 7-point differential. Quackheads are not going to have enough time to come back with that. So it will be round 1 to Vertigo. And what a convincing victory it was here for Vertigo, really taking it to Quackheads. And this is about the time I would say do not let the score of the first game inform you of how you think the rest will go, because as I've mentioned, Quackheads are 2-1 against Vertigo. Quackheads absolutely can come back in round 2. Vertigo is absolutely aware of that, and we need to stay aware of that as we move on into round 2, and as we discuss these stats in the buy time.
Yeah, it will be for Vertigo. Everyone getting on the score sheet. Everyone getting on the assist sheet. Leading the pack is Kai with 4 points, the 3 assists, 16 stuns. Twink Pants with 4 and 1 as well. Damus with 2 and 1. Sanch with 4 and 1. And 18 stuns on top of it. So there's the stun factor coming in like lightning against the likes of Quackheads. Just knocking some heads. 50 stuns to 38 altogether. Meanwhile, for Quackheads, it was 5 points there. Those first couple scores in a row coming from Middleman. He had that nice bounce shot from the right tunnel. And then Gobshite with the 2 points as well towards the end there in that last minute. But unable to get stuff working initially. But like you said, building that momentum with some good plays towards the end. And we'll see what they produce in round 2. It's going to be an important one for Quackheads.
Oh, definitely is, and it's one that they know. They know the importance of this. They know what's on the line here. They know that they need to get this victory here if they want the opportunity to move on to next weekend. Now, they can hypothetically take a loss here and still get there, but if they take the loss here, the chances are very low. Really, this is. I think what we're gonna see in the end is this was the deciding game between these two teams.
Very well be. So again, Quackheads have taken matches off, but taking the disc right out of the hands. Damus gets the first 2 points, 13 seconds into the second round.
Yeah, wow, that was a beautiful steal there from Damus. He read that pickup by the player on Quackheads. He got the stun off, he got the disc out, and then he scored on the goalie there from 4 meters out. So that's a great way to start this one here for Vertigo. 13 seconds it took to score that goal there right off the joust.
So the rollouts here for Quackheads trying to prioritize at short range. Just a miscue, however, will result in Kai taking that off the turnover. Sanch found immediately, but another turnover, this time Irony playing that positioning and now looking for some grabs. There's some good boost coming in from Quackheads. A redirect as well. Quick shot! Beautiful shot! Middleman, he is hot so far with 2 3-pointers to his name. And in total, 8 points. Wow.
Yeah, kind of a grungy goal. That clear boost was very contested. Middleman is able to get away with that one and send it. What a shot there. It looked like a backhand throw from, I believe that was 15 meters out. Yeah, 15 meters out, 17 meters a second. What a beautiful shot. And that's Quackheads getting a 3 on the board and taking the lead now in round 2.
He really had to rush into that shot. There was going to be no time otherwise because that defense was mighty close to getting reset into the goal and cutting it off. So he had to, turn right into it. was a great hit. He's just trying to will his team here in the second round to force a third as the pass goes out for Vertigo right back to Damus. They have all 4 players playing in this bottom half. The soft shot, thanks to the stun, will be recovered by Middleman and sent out into the pocket.
Now, and quick apologies to chat, right? I totally left my caps lock on there, so it looks like I'm yelling at Pyromane, but I'm not yelling. That was just a caps problem. But I high move it in on that far side. Sorry, yes. Oh wow! Oh no, that feed behind the goal. That was what a save there! Oh man, what a stop! Was that Gobshot getting the stop? I don't know, but he sent it away. Wow, what a stop there on Quackheads.
That was a huge one. Excellent defense as per usual in that bubble with the aggression. Getting that disc back now. On the other side, though, will be Kai. Just the same.
And now turning around once more, Vertigo getting possession of that one, sending it in, trying to dribble it off of, wow, what a dribble. Wow, 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 oh, wow. I've not seen that move. I've seen clears off of that for a chain. I've never seen a dribble. Wow. I'm blown away by that move.
Just call you SirDimwi as we do get a reset. But absolutely, that was a beautiful move, and the hit all in one fluid motion.
Yeah, so they went for a dribble, but they dribbled it off of. They didn't just dribble it off of the wall. They dribbled it off of the pyramid there on the side. And now those are fairly reliable bounces. You generally know where those are going. And it's not that it's not so much that it's an amazing move. It is, but it's that I've not seen that before. I've not seen someone dribble off the geo like that.
It's kind of like in preseason of VRML when that first cloud shot was taken and made by a Zach W for Infinite in North America. It's one of those moves that it's not something that's uncommon to see now. It's not something that's say infinitely hard to do. Pardon the actually not intentional pun for once, but it's not something that's hugely difficult to do necessarily, but because it was the first time it was pulled out in that context, in a competitive context and seen on stream, the first it always makes for something all the more interesting to note and just to watch, because how many things do we see when you see it for the first time on a VRML stream, and then gradually you start seeing it happen more and more? And that's the beauty of Echo and the design of this map, for that matter, where every piece of geo, every wall, every block, everything can be used in these creative ways. And I think there's plenty of potential there to still find new ways to use the environment to your advantage in Echo Arena, even 3 years later.
And I just gotta say to the guys of Vertigo who are definitely watching this back, I hope they're watching it with the sound on. I just gotta say thank you for that move. That I'm running with that one. I'm taking that one forward. I'm not gonna forget it. That was an amazing move, and I'm glad to see it deployed, because that is absolutely gonna enter the meta. Absolutely 100%. We're gonna start seeing that more often, because that was so smooth, and it was so tricky. Tricky in the sense that the other team just. It's going to be hard to read that. Once you get used to seeing it, it'll be easier to read. But at first, that's going to be really hard to read. You're not going to notice immediately what's going on until you see it play out like we saw. That was just thank you. That was a great move.
SirDimwi about to write a love song about it, I think. But yeah, very, very excited about that move. And at the moment, I'm excited because we got the return of all 4 players here for Quackheads. They're ready to roll out, and that's going to go up high. Goal's still open, just enough maybe for a backboard shot, but no, it's going to be slung out there just off the body and taken back by Twang Pants. So might have been a good chance to tie it up right off that first joust, but instead going back to the offensive Vertigo.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity, but an opportunity here for Vertigo, as they said, what a stop by Infiltrate. Wow. Yeah, that was a great stop there. Vertigo had a beautiful opportunity. They sent that one in deep. They had the chain down to get there first, and they do get it back now with another chain in the backfield. Vertigo running with a very effective double chain setup here. Something we don't see that often in North America. We do see it, but definitely something you see more often over here in Europe. Yeah. And they're definitely deploying it very effectively here as they're now in control once again.
Yeah, absolutely. I think wow is the word of the day. What a play. What a play. A good save, but has this been the theme of the last couple weeks or what? Just
at least the last 2 days.
Yeah, we've seen this happen a lot between the Rookie Cups, between the Challenger Cups, where now players, even on these fantastic saves, and that was a fantastic one, people are just too aware on offense now to get those immediate grabs on the disc. So goalies these days, for as fantastic as they are, they need to get rid of it so quickly, it seems.
Well, I don't know if that was one of these situations, but there was a situation I saw where like the goalie didn't have the opportunity. The goalie grabbed the disc right in front of the goal plane. The only the only place he could have sent it, the hand was already there, and it may have been a situation again there where yeah, we're seeing it so often now. Middleman with an amazing save, but it just gets picked out of his pocket right back. But still, Quackhead's kind of in control here. They've got it in the bubble now, trying to chase this one down. Gobshite does get the hand on it, sending it back for a good back pass there to Middleman. Middleman trying to find Irony Man, but just off the market now. This one getting sent out of the bubble once more. Kai is there first. Kai, and they're looking for a clear and boost here, sending this one down.
It was a nice read by Damus, too, above the backboard there. That pass, even though it was misdirected, it would have rolled right to the hands of the Quackheads player positioned above, but it was Damus reading that nicely, diving out of the goal, back passing it out. Pretty risky one, but they do get it cleared now for Quackheads. But there's the immediate stacks already coming in hot from Vertigo, and they're going to get there with a little bit of time, so even without the initial grab there just on the trajectory, they still get the next one. But now another clear, more boost. There's Vertigo. And they're going to Vertigo for the goal. It's 3 more points. They're up by 7, 4:45 left on the clock here, round 2.
That's good execution there from Vertigo, getting that one, getting control of it at mid, and very, very quickly moving it downfield, getting to that empty goal. And Quackheads, you can see why they're doing the clearing boost. It's how they've been scoring their goals here. Excuse me, but it's we saw in that last one, they sent it down, they tried to get the chains away, but it was 2 players from Vertigo completely stuffed the Quackhead chains in the backfield, which allowed Vertigo to get control of it once more. But Quackhead's currently in possession, trying to get this into the bubble, trying to set up this bubble attack here. Gobshite sending that one up, but off the mark and a bounce wide of the bubble now. A bit of a race for it. Sanchez is going to get there first, sending it across to nobody, bouncing off of that block, and now maybe another race where it looks like it is going to be Middleman there first. Middleman now moving up, going for that cross pass. Looks like nobody's there on that side either, but now handled by Infiltrate. Infiltrate sending us right back over to Middleman. Middleman now with some pass options in the bubble, going to move in. Oh, what a grab there from Twang Pants, though, and he's going to turn this one around for Vertigo.
And for Vertigo, they're going to be up by 7 still off of that. I think for Quackheads, yeah, struggling a little bit to find the connection on some of those passes. You can see kind of going every side of the floor, but unable to wrangle it because, I mean, if Quackheads were able to get half the amount of shots as they do these saves and steals all around their bubble, they would be right in there in the game, possibly winning at this point. So it's just a matter of finding the connection, just like Vertigo is right now, because there's Twang Pants to Kai from up in the sky, dipping down for the 12-3 lead.
And I'm seeing a good debate in the chat at the moment between Strem and Martin III. And I got to disagree with Martin just a little bit. He says some stacks can just out boost passing, though. And I have to disagree. That's why we find we saw all day a few times yesterday chain breaker plays deployed on offense to break up defensive stacks. And they were deployed to great effect. I've never seen a chain breaker play unless they miss a pass. Not be effective against an aggressive defensive stack. And yeah, so you can outpass even the best chains. Your passes have to be on and they have to be quick.
Yeah, and there's definitely a, to his point as well, though, like an increased degree of difficulty. I would agree, just because they are faster in Europe. I'm fairly definitive in that. I mean, they have those double stacks. They have the attacks like Damus with a 2-point shot. 14-3 now, 2 minutes left. But yeah, the quick regrabs, the redirects, the efficiency on the stacks do make those timings a bit different in a sense. But again, when you watch it, you watch a team like Team Gravity or like Phantoms at that high level. They're fast teams. They are breakneck fast teams, but they are also supremely good at slowing it down at times when necessary. So there's a balance in there somewhere. Of course, easier said than done at times, but it's interesting difference between the metas. As a shot is gonna come through off a great assist. Gob to Infiltrate.
That is what Quackheads have been trying to do this whole time through mid, and that's the play. They kept scuffing on those walls there. They finally get it through. That was beautiful. They execute that one perfectly. They get it all the way down to the goal with it. They do. The stack can't keep up with it, and they get free and they get down. They get the 2. Is it too little, too late? I don't know. 9 points is still possible. They get down here very quick, trying to force that turnover in the offensive end in the Vertigo zone. But Vertigo's still in control here with 1:10 to go.
Yeah, trying to maybe undo the mistake from the first round in the sense that came down to that last minute, and you had a couple of Quackheads players just playing way back and not contesting aggressively enough. But the aggression coming in handy here. Less than a minute left. They do get the disc, but it's going to be just rejected, grabbed a couple different
Oh
times by
my.
Sanj, by Kai, and dodging all around as that big pileup forms, and now finally breaking loose for some position passing.
Yeah, now with only 44 seconds to go, they have 10 seconds to score 3 goals. We're basically out of time here. This will be Vertigo in round 2 here against Quackheads, which is a big win for Vertigo as Irony Man sending that one out of the bubble 31 seconds ago. 9-point differential bouncing all the way down into that Vertigo bubble. Vertigo is going to get there first. At least it looks like, maybe. Actually, no. Gobshite's going to get there first, and Gob's
Whoa!
sending that one in. So, Gob, we got to do it. Gobshite! Got to put that one in for the 2. And bring that lead down to 7. But yeah, we're only gonna have 2 seconds once we get out of the tubes here. So that will be round 2 to Vertigo in round 1 of these closed qualifier round robin.
There you go. So you got that one. Got that one in. I know Quackheads. I think on channel 2 the next couple matches. So you at least got one more in there for the season. But yeah, it was a valiant effort from Quackheads. They had some a good late game plays in both of the rounds where they were able to put some scores together, but ultimately the control from Vertigo just too overwhelming in those 20 minutes of action. And hence the results here. They will indeed advance on that win to the next round, feeling very, very good about their chances. But of course, we still have some more matches to go.
We certainly still do. And so Quackheads aren't necessarily out of it here, but it is in the hands of Vertigo. Basically, Quackheads need Vertigo to lose twice. Either that or Quackheads need to beat Phantoms. But that's a pretty tall order for any of the teams today, or any of the teams in any of the brackets. So yeah, either Quackheads have to beat Phantoms, or Vertigo has to lose 2. Their next 2. And yeah, it's going to be a tall order for Quackheads to stay at it. It's still possible,
Yeah.
but the odds are certainly in the favor of Vertigo as we move forward here. But yeah, definitely have some great games coming up. Next on this channel, we're going to see Phantoms versus Vertigo. Vertigo is going to be staying right here with us. Phantoms are going to be moving over here. Quackheads are going to move over to VRML 2 to play versus Paradox. They're going to be over there with Sputnik and Swift and SoMuchForSubtlety.
Yeah.
Definitely looking forward to that one as well.
Absolutely. So right around the corner, we're gonna go to an intermission here in just a moment. Although, just a parting word to the chat as well. Speaking on that, I get to this sometimes, and again, good points on both sides in terms of the meta differences, boosting, passing, etc., etc. I can just say from the personal experience of going to LANs and experiencing that, because obviously at LANs, passing is going to be the same. Boosting, especially for North America, it's different. It's very different. So I generally agree with I mean, I know typical diplomatic, pally or whatever, but I see both sides very much. I'm just saying from personal experience going to the lands, the boost, it's kind of shock and awe almost. They very consistently surprise North Americans, would surprise me in the several different lands that I've been to, where yeah, the rest of our game stays intact, but man, are you absolutely blitzed by the speed of European teams. They are fast, and especially at those land speeds, and with those land pings or lack thereof, it's always a factor. That's all I'll get at. But it's an interesting discussion. I like the debate. Anyway, we're going to move on now to our intermission, so join us for the next match here as we stick with Vertigo, and they'll be facing off against the #1 seeded Phantoms. Right, hello everybody, welcome back. Sorry for that brief delay, but thanks for joining us here as we got all the players in for Phantoms, all the players in for Vertigo. They're going head to head in this second round of these round-robin matchups. Both these teams coming off the victory in the first. It was Phantoms going 2-0 on Paradox. Meanwhile, Vertigo managed the 2-0 on the Quackheads. So they're coming in here for what should be a good match. And our first look on VRML Channel 1 at this much acclaimed Phantoms team. See what they got to give to us here today.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a tall order for Vertigo coming into this one, trying to eke out a victory against this Phantoms team. As nobody this season, as of yet, has been able to do that. As you can see on the screen there, 1350 MMR, a 24-0 record of Phantoms there. Up against the 12-10 MMR and 13-11 record of Vertigo. Now, these teams did face off 3 times during the season. Phantoms did take all 3 of those games, obviously, with that 24-0 record. But yeah, Vertigo definitely looking to bring it here to Phantoms today to try to maybe tussle the Kings, maybe knock them off their game a little bit, maybe try to get a victory here as we start round 1.
Yeah, we're going off underway. Vertigo is a team who has contested these top teams in Europe. I mean, they are a top team themselves at this point, that number 4 seed after the regular season concluded. There's Twang Pants with a possession off that first joust.
He's going to send that one in deep for that Chain, and Chain's going to bring it in, and that's first points on the board there, 19 seconds in, 3 points to Vertigo over Phantoms. Wasn't expecting that, guys. Is this going to happen?
Look, the thing with Phantoms is the record undeniable. No one is able and no one can take anything away from what they've done this season. But they have bled a few times throughout the season. Obviously, they always win in the end. They come back. They have this uncanny ability to stay mentally engaged and just readjust and come through with some clutch plays some of the times that they needed to. Because they have been in these third-round situations or these situations where the second round is, first or second round is very close, but they just manage to squeeze through in the end. So it's going to be a factor. If Vertigo plays their absolute best, anything could happen.
Absolutely. No, Torin moving in. Torin was that player I had that discussion with in the lobby the other day. But he was telling me his feelings on Gravity, but now up against Vertigo, the passing here is looking really confident. As Manny now taking this one, going to move slow with it, trying to pull the defense out, and does find that open man. But the good read there from Vertigo, good stun. But Phantom's right back in possession here, at least for a moment. The passing or one-touch pass is trying to keep it out of the hands of Vertigo, and Vertigo is going to come away with it. Twang Pants trying to send that one out, and it is going to reach mid.
And some more contests coming through. The slap, you can hear that calmed as the Damus will take that away, sending it over to Twang Pants, who has a Kai attached, but they do lose each other for a moment, so maybe just that slight slip-up could have cost them this goal, and indeed it is. Maddie hits it for 3. And shout out to him because he hits those 3s from all kinds of angles, and he makes it look easy.
No, and I say it all the time that it's one of those things that sets those top teams apart from the rest. It's not so much that they never make mistakes. It's that when the other team makes mistakes, they know how to capitalize on it. And Phantoms do there. It's 2 minutes in, but they do ultimately tie it up now with 7.5 to go.
And so Sanch trying to recover, Torin does instead. Torin's going to look for that stack or the leech potentially, but the pass going out and some missed grabs in the back line will actually enable or at least open up this opportunity for Phantoms to maybe press. And it looks like now getting back into the goal, but missed passes all around here will delay it long enough for now all 4 players on Vertigo to get back into defense.
So Torin going to reset that one back to Maddie. Maddie way in the back line here, not under any pressure. Go ahead, send that one in to the open. Nillywick is going to send it right back to Maddie. Maddie now drawing that defender out, so he's going to pass that one in there to Torin. Torin now going to cross pass there to Sundance, and there it is, another 2 on the board. Their first 2 on the board. Phantoms now up by 2 with just under 7 to go here. What a beautiful feed there from Torin to Sundance.
Yeah, not the quickest scoring yet to begin this first round, but also not terribly unexpected necessarily. Again, Phantom's the #1 seed in Europe, Vertigo the number 4. But Phantoms are a team, although they will put up high scoring outputs a lot of the time. They are glad to just put those slower paced games on. As this pass goes through, has to immediately dodge past those redirected stacks, getting it through. Look at the ping pong and all around, and still somehow maintaining their connection. That is fantastic reflexes from the Phantoms.
Yeah, that's hard to do, but a missed pass there, but a good stun by Maddie. He's going to come away with that one and send it all the way in. Oh, and a shot opportunity there, but that one's going to go wide and bounce off the backboard there all the way out. Being handled now by Torin. Saying his name again, the Sundance kid there, taking that one, passing that one over to Maddie. And I infer that that's what T and K stand for, because that seems to make the most sense to me. But I don't actually know if that's true, but I'm sticking with it until I'm told otherwise. Now the Sundance kid with that one again, going to send that one over to Maddie. Maddie sending this one up to Nillywick. Nillywick with a good feed behind the goal there. And what a stop there by Davis. He's going to get the grab on that one and send that one away.
Gets it through, and the boost, though, from Phantoms. Trying to get back in, they do as well. So Kai just outside his reach, but a mishandling maybe? No, it will be back pass, and now the double backliners actually. You see Kangarillas pull that off sometimes in their matches where they do have these double back passes, these double resets. As I said, Phantoms are a team who will very much play that meta and comfortably when they need to.
Well, they want a nice send in there. Dame is trying to collect on that one, but Torin is right there in his face, getting the stun and the steal. So we'll be right back in the hands of Phantoms here. Phantoms right now, possession time, double what Vertigo's been showing, but Vertigo doing a really good job of stuffing mid here, holding Phantoms to only the 5 points here, halfway through, 5-3. And 20 Pants coming away with that one, sending it through all the way down into that the Phantoms bubble now. Bit of a race for it, but it's going to be Torin getting there first, as we do have a drop on Phantoms here.
That was Matty. He was over there in the tunnel for a little while before the disconnect, but he was clearly out of it, which is why that pass 30 seconds ago missed out. So looks like Matty is actually back in the game. That shot, so never mind the numbers. They've got the numbers. There's 3 of them on the board. Nillywick getting the shots. Matty's back. No points, no love lost, nothing. They're still in this and no reset necessary.
That's exactly what Phantoms needed there, is Vertigo was holding them to those 5 points, but Phantoms down a man is able to get the 3. So they're pushing that lead up to 5 here with 4 minutes to go, and they do it with the 3-man roster. That was that's definitely going to be affect the oh my goodness, never mind. I spoke too soon, as that one's going to go in off of Sanch. Off of that feed in, who is that? Twang Pants? I can't.
Yeah, Twang Pants assisting Sanch. Technically, that bounce though is that was reminiscent. I don't know if you remember that Gambit / Guinness one off that boot from Supreme Buns. that happened in a very crunch time situation. I think it was against Orbit or Spaghetti or something of the sort.
Yeah.
That was very reminiscent because that shot itself almost went in. Never mind the late grab, but. Over to Torin at the barrier, a quick little fake, and he'll take the 2 points right back.
Yeah, that was a good move there by Torin. Goalie's not coming out to challenge, so Torin has the room to work with, and he's going to fake the one shot and then scoop it up and put it in up in that top left there. That was a beautiful shot there from Torin off the feed from Sundance. And that's going to push Phantoms up by 5, but still only a 5-point game with 3 minutes to go. Vertigo still not out of it here in round 1. And look at that play, forwarding it very quickly, but Phantoms are there to get the grab and turning it around now on that turnover.
And maybe another one. Actually, no, good stun at the other end. So will be a Damus there, as well as a couple other players getting back on the defensive line and taking it right back on a mighty fine grab and a clear right to the midline. Bounces back towards the ramp. There's the redirects yet again, though. And Maddie backs it out calmly.
Yes, and Phantom's now in control again. 2.5 minutes to go here, up by 5. Nillywick just walking this one in as looks like it's collapsing around the bubble, but they keep Torin. They allow Torin to stay open on that backboard there. He gets that feed from Nillywick from up high, and he's going to put that one in for the 2. And Phantoms are now going to go up by 7.
At 12-5, still in this first round here, and Phantoms continuing to do what they've done. They're not ahead yet by a massive margin, but as I said, it's also not necessarily an uncommon thing. They'll just play the pace they need to. Occasionally, it's super fast. A lot of time, it's controlled. And Vertigo, actually, same for them. So we'll see what they pull out here as the piles start to form a little bit in the tunnel.
Oh, and a good stun there by, who's that, Damus. Damus not with that disc, going to send it through, but a good tap there from that chain, and they're going to receive that tap, send that one in. Oh, it's going to dig off the post and bounce out. Minute and a half to go here, still a 7-point differential. Phantoms up, sending that one in there to Torin. Torin now 1-on-3, going to pass it. Oh, what a read there from Twang Pants as he gets that grab. He's going to move this one out. Minute 20 to go, still not out of it. Twang's going to send that one through that left tube and all the way down to the Phantom zone.
Oh, look at the leash from Twang Pants as well. The shot! What a huge play from Twang Pants. That was gorgeous. The defensive read below the goal. Then he gets the clear. He was patient with it at that. He looked behind him. He took a few seconds to gauge the situation. It wasn't just a panicked random clear. And then he got the leech. Then he got the disc. Then he got the shot. And that is a lot of good things in a short period of time for Twang Pants. Like I said earlier, it's in the genes.
Yeah, that was absolutely phenomenal there. And now scuffing that play there by Phantoms. This one being handled now by Sanch. Sanch taking that shot, but it is going to be Maddie in that backline, not letting that one go in. But this one hitting that trap area there. Torin's going to come away with it, but he's under pressure. And does get that pass across. Beautiful pass there to Nillywick, who's going to take that shot, and it's going to bounce high off of that backboard, now handled by Twang Pants. Twang Pants, let's see if the Magic Man can make something happen again here as he sends that one out. But no, that chain is going to get away, and Torin's going to send that one back through.
And with that clear, no matter what, that will secure it here for the first round at least. But very, very close on the differentials. Vertigo has to feel extremely pleased with the results here of this first round regardless. Obviously, you want to win, but against a undefeated team in the regular season, you're going to take what you can get. And right now, they have some pretty good momentum compared to Phantoms, who are just a little bit slow to start.
Yeah, I mean, 12. You look at that score. 12-8 against a team that's 24-0. That's substantial, especially. Well, go ahead.
One of the things too, just because had those 3 points not missed, this has been one of the other running themes of a somewhat recent cast. The thing is, I mentioned it maybe, I don't know, 6 to 8 weeks ago. One of the big things I noticed frequently with the Phantoms, the one and only weakness perhaps, was just the 3-point shots at times, where they get these open shots and they would miss them a lot. Now, in the last, I'd say 3-4 weeks of the regular season, they did a fantastic job of completely filling that gap, and they were nailing everything super high percentage. But in this particular match right now, a few of those open misses, so that did cost them some extra points for sure.
That, and you look at the saves over there on Vertigo, 3 saves, 1 apiece to Damus, Sanch, Twang Pants, and then you look at the shots taken. So possession time 60% to 40%, 343 to 231 in favor of Phantoms, but shots 7 to 6 in favor of Phantoms. I mean, you look at the score differential, and you look at those 3 saves, and then the 1 save there for Phantoms. The defense is definitely playing a really big role in this game when you're comparing the shots taken, the saves made, and the scores on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. As I was saying, there's a lot of good things to take away here for Vertigo. Needless to say, they're going to want to come out with some fire and build on some of that momentum, because I do believe they had it going into that last few minutes there. They got the good looks, and they got some of those feel-good shots and plays between the defensive stops and then some of those shots. So, I mean, right off the bat, already contesting pretty well off of this joust.
Yeah, Vertigo playing very aggressively off the shell set. 3 players in that offensive zone, and now an opportunity here. The shot there from Torin is going to go wide of the goal just behind, but now Torin is set up on that right shoulder block there, uncontested. So Sundance looking to send that pass to him, but oh, what a read there by Damus. He's going to get the stop, but Maddie playing that backline is going to grab that one before it gets out. So now another opportunity here for Phantoms is Maddie on that backline, sending that one in there to Sundance. Sundance moving in over that shoulder, going to swoop in and send that one in for the 2. And that's going to be our first points on the board here. 44 seconds into round 2. Phantoms are up 2-0.
assisted by Maddie. Just a good look. He was uncontested at the bow tie Geo over there above the ramp, just for any new players who might be watching. Get those call outs there. But yeah, good patience being shown. The thing is, there were some good reads by Vertigo. But on that particular instance, I mean, Maddie was uncontested, and then that ceiling pass above the bubble was also uncontested. So a little bit of a defensive lapse in that particular play. But otherwise, going on the offense now here, there will be Vertigo. Damus with the disc.
Sending that one in on a really big pass there, but that one's going to get read by the goalie who's going to come out. And now Sundance with this one has a man down. He's going to send it all the way in as it chains all the way down. Torin going to get that one uncontested. Bring that one in for another 2 here. And 2 minutes in, Phantoms are up by 4 here. And yeah, what the ambitious pass. That was the word I was looking for a minute ago.
And we'll just get the shot here for Torin instead. Assisted by Sundance, who is a player I do like to call out in a good way for just, he's a very, very good teammate. He's very multi-dimensional. He can do a lot of different things as needed, but he's definitely a facilitator for sure. I mean, that applies to all the Phantoms to varying degrees, but he's someone who just kind of, he's always filling a gap somewhere and just doing what he needs at any given time.
Yeah, this one going to bounce a little wild here in the Phantom Zone. Going to be handled there by Twank Pants. Twank Pants sending that one up there to Sanch. Sanch, oh, he's going to get stunned out. Look at the way that disc moved up towards that ceiling. The velocity. Oh, no, Damus, though. Going to get that turnover now. It's going to be Twank Pants. Does have an opportunity. Has a man at goal. Going to come in, take that shot. Oh, it's going to ding. But now handled by Damus. Damus with another opportunity. Going to try to, it sends it in, and it's good for the 2. And that's Vertigo getting 2 points on the board here. 2.5 minutes in. Now only down by 2 here against Phantoms in round 2.
Yeah, disappointed in the initial miss. You could actually see it in the body language just a bit, just kind of shrugged it off like, no. But got to give it up for the attention to the fact that, hey, we're still in this play, got the disc back. They found the shots as needed. So cutting it in half. And it's a 4-2, few minutes off the clock. We're about at the same level as what we were in the round 1 in terms of scoring differential at this juncture. So still in the bag for either of these teams as Nillywick goes up to Sundance, but look at that. It's Kai with some stuns and more nice reads in the bubble from Vertigo, which is a very common theme.
Yeah, Vertigo's bubble defense in this game has really been what's keeping him in it, as now they turn this one around. Sanch going to send this one in, but the bounces are not in their favor. Although maybe ultimately, no, it's gonna be Maddie coming away with that one, sending it all the way. What a beautiful feed there down the Nillywick. Nillywick, though, does have the goalie in the lane there, so he can't take that shot. So he's going to back that one out, reset here for his team, back all the way. But a good grab there by Kai, and now turning around again once more. Vertigo sending this one down. Chains are away. Bit of a race for who's going to get there first. I don't know. Oh, wow, it's going to be somebody on Phantom sending that one away.
My goodness, was that a absolute precise, almost precise shot. That was so very close, and that was a tight angle. That was way beyond just the midfield, almost from the opposite ramp. So nearly a good hit, and even the boost coming through. But now a bunch of punches coming out, trying to break up the stacks there. And on the other side, recovered here with a stack of their own. Sanch coming through with a quick clear that just gets stuck here like glue as Sundance finds his teammate. Talk about the glue. That's a glue player. Sundance being the teammate, enabling Nillywick to do what he does and hit these big shots.
Yeah, that was no hesitation there. Nillywick knew he had the open goal. Goalie was in the area trying to get back to that lane, but couldn't in time, and Nillywick is going to send that one in. 20 meters out, no hesitation, good for the 3. And now Phantoms are up by 5 with 5 minutes to go.
And still a differential that Vertigo can feel okay with, but they want to score here, obviously, as a nest pass goes to Damus, just dodging through. Ooh. And what good placement right on the feet. Look at that, 7-4 now.
You can tell there was communication there. Someone was telling Damus that chain was coming in. Now, the chain was not as close to him as I thought he was from my angle. But yeah, because that's where you see Damus get that pass on that nest block there. He dropped so hard there because he was anticipating that chain coming in. He wanted to get in front of that shield, in front of his objects that would get in the chain's way. But Torin trying to send that one in. No, but yeah, beautiful goal there by Damus.
And another missed 3 there for Phantoms, which has happened a few times now. It's very soft. Pass up top, not really meeting the hands of anyone, but just hoping that his teammates were in the general area. And now a much calmer back pass, but not a ton of time to work with regardless because of the defense playing near the bubble. And a recovery from that back line. And it's going to be Sundance maybe getting an actually bad bounce, but Nilly's still there on the recovery. So keeping his heads up and recognizing he needed to go dive out at the disc.
So Sundance with a good feed, almost a good feed there. You're looking for Torin, but that bounce is going to be bad. And up to Damas. Damas now up to Twang. Twang trying to get that one out. Does ultimately get through, but not without a few bounces. So we'll be Phantoms getting there first. And Nollywick can handle this one. Does have a man back who wants to reset, and he is. He is going to go ahead and reset that one to Maddie. And Maddie now looking to send this one out as that Chang comes in on the fan attack. Trying to turn around, but not quick enough as this one gets sent down. Now to Torin. Torin go across there to Sundance. Sundance with some options under pressure. Going to go ahead and back that one out to Maddie and reset here. Get the team set up under pressure. Torin now. Torin receiving that pass under pressure himself. Going across to Sundance. Sundance not under pressure, so we will walk a little bit. Sending that one in low. Beautiful pass into Torin, but he's going to get sent out before he take that shot. And that one's going to bounce all the way out.
Oh, just beyond the reach of Twang Pants, but Sanch still there. They immediately link up together now, looking for that. A very quick grabs. This could get maybe the goal, and from a tough angle, it's Sanch. Plants it in. It's a tied up game. Vertigo, they're staying in this with some fight.
What a clutch shot there from Sanch, 18 meters out. You said it, the tight angle, that hard angle. That's not a shot you're gonna make a lot of the time. And Sanch makes it look easy there. Yeah, tying it up here is Vertigo against Phantoms here in round 2, 7-7 with just over 2.5 to go here. Phantoms in possession. Sundance trying to send that one across through that tube slot, but it's gonna take that ugly bounce all the way back into that Vertigo bubble. Vertigo now with possession, trying to turn this around, maybe make something happen here, possibly take a lead here in round 2.
This was a factor in the North American games for the Group A yesterday as well. I mentioned kind of common themes throughout the season as this pass goes out here. Oh, an open goal maybe. The boost coming through, very timely. But Phantoms, as I mentioned, have been here before in situations very late in rounds where it looks like the other team could come into it and take a victory. Will it be the case here? We will see. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen a round 3 for the Phantoms, but they've just been historically great closers all season long throughout the last several months.
Yeah, no, they have been. And now, another, looking for that long 3, but it's going to take that bounce off that station block. He does get it right back, Torin. But he's looking for that cross pass down, looking for Maddie there, but that's well off the mark. Maddie collecting it, but he's under pressure there by Twang Pants, who's going for that bounce pass. Does hit the intended receiver there of Sundance. And now Phantom slowing it down, trying to make something happen here.
And good closers or not, this is not what they want. They do not want, if you're Phantoms, to force this round 3 or have this round 3 forced upon them, because in a big situation like that, big game situation, you're happy to take all the comfort and ease you can get. You want to close this out. So for them, several mistakes coming in here late, but not being punished for a goal quite yet. So there's the pass. There's another great cutoff, but the shot, so timely. Coming in hot from Nillywick, right in that bottom, again, right on the edge of the post. So these, oh man, these margins and these plays are so tense right now, but that was a huge hit.
Yeah, Sanch is doing a lot of heavy lifting there in the bubble. He stunned out Torin. Torin got the pass off nonetheless to Nillywick. He stunned out Nillywick. Nillywick got the shot off nonetheless, and he gets that one in for the 2. And now Phantom's up by 2. Vertigo have to make something happen here on this possession. 43 seconds to go. Passing that one across there to Kai. Kai moving through mid, sending it right back to Twang. Twang going to send this one in deep. And now taking that bounce off the bow tie there. With 33 seconds to go, Phantoms are back in possession.
The dangers here, because we know how good Phantoms are at typically controlling. Granted, their passes here in the late round have been a bit off, but at the same time, that was a very risky long heave as that will secure the victory. Nillywick, so yet again, Phantoms from the brink of maybe being a handed a defeat. They will close it out after all in 2. 12-7. Incredible match, though. Incredible second round fight from Vertigo. And yeah, just a tough loss, but still entertaining.
Yeah, Nillywick with the ice from 21 meters out. That's going to be enough to seal it here. And Phantoms are going to take that 2-round victory over Vertigo. And yeah, Vertigo still not out of it, of course. Vertigo still in that the ideal position over Quackheads, despite this loss. As Quackheads still have yet to face Phantoms. They will be facing Phantoms in the next round. So that's the thing. So basically, it comes down to if Quackheads beat Phantoms in the next round, there's going to be down to the tiebreaker, and if Vertigo wins, Vertigo should win that tiebreaker. But if Vertigo loses to Paradox and Quackheads beat Phantoms, Quackheads are definitely in. So it's the odds are pretty
Odds are
low for Quackheads, but it's still possible.
Yeah, the one X factor you got to throw in there though is just the fact that Phantoms at the moment they secured the victory, but they're looking still a little bit disjointed compared to normal. And that'll happen. It's just the rhythm of a game, and especially in longer form tournaments where it's just back to back to back. So Phantom's still obviously going to go in as favored, but the X factor is just the mental aspects. They've done a good job over the course of the season, really keeping a positive mentality and then closing out these games at the end. But because of obviously the VRML format of sorts, we don't really see what the carryover effect is necessarily going into more rounds of a round robin situation like this in this cup format. So I'm kind of curious, if they can go off against Quackheads and hunker down and look more like regular Phantoms, which is to say, hitting those threes, making those passes. So,
sorry, go ahead. Keep going.
I was just going to mention that on that note, for those who do wish to follow that match, that will be going to VRML Channel 2 with Subtlety camming and Sputnik Cobra and Swift. They'll be casting that. So VRML Channel 2 for Phantoms versus a Quackheads. Meanwhile, in this match, this channel will be sticking with Vertigo as they face off in the final round of this cup against Paradox. So anything else you wanted to add, Dimwi? Sorry for sort of cutting you off. We cut each other off.
No, you didn't. No, I mistook a cue. That's all. No, we're good. Nothing to add. Although that other game is still going on over there on Channel 2. Quackheads Paradox in round 3.
Right. So if you guys want to go visit that and check that out, you can do so. Here's the link in the chat for you guys. Of course, all you have to do is add it to, but I added it for you. On separate note, Malarin, welcome to the stream. Tagging us and saying good job on the casting, my dudes. Yeah, I saw your name in there.
Thank you.
About 10 minutes ago or so. Just obviously the busyness of all the action made it hard to really say much to chat, but it's good to see you, dude. Thanks for joining and thanks for the compliment. Malarin, I actually mentioned not that long ago, right? I think towards right before this match started between Phantoms and Vertigo, how I was following Phantoms and watching them a lot a year ago on the stream, season 3 of VRL, and it was more often than not, Malarin along with a Tutorial Bot and occasionally some other people casting those, but mainly that duo there, filling in the morning time slots, at least here in North America, and catching those matches. So good to see you. Excellent caster in your own right. And if you do want to happen to, get back, I don't know what you've been up to, but if you want to get back into Echo, get back into casting, you know where to find me. But good to hear from you, man. So thanks for the appreciation and the kind words. And for Twitch chat, thanks for joining. We're going to divert now to the next match, though. So, after this next one is over, I suppose. But we're going to reorganize. And, so stay tuned for that one. Tune into Channel 2 in the meantime. And we'll be back here fairly shortly. All right, welcome back, ladies and gents, to the stream. We have our final match here of the round robin. Our final couple matches. We have on one side, Vertigo here versus Paradox over on VRML Channel 2, if you want to follow that one. It's going to be a match between Phantoms and the Quackheads. So, again, couple options, but if you're joining us here, thank you for doing so. I'm Palidore, SirDimwi casting with me, and Wit on the cams. So, SirDimwi, how are you feeling overall on the day, and what do you, how do you want to, or how do you expect to close this one?
With question marks. Not to close. Once we close, we'll have all the answers. But right now, with some question marks, is that Phantoms are pretty sure to get in unless they lose the next round. But I think even with tiebreakers, after that, they'll get in. So Phantoms are a pretty sure shot. Vertigo, it's really, Vertigo's future is up to Vertigo for the most part. If Vertigo wins here, Vertigo's in. That's where we stand. If Vertigo wins, Vertigo's in. But if Vertigo loses, we have an interesting situation on our hands. Now, Quackheads would have to beat Phantoms for that interesting situation to be particularly interesting. But if Vertigo loses here, if Phantoms, Quackheads loses, it should still be Vertigo moving through. So Vertigo with a really good opportunity here, but to shore it up, they just need a victory here. With that victory, they will move on to the finals.
Yeah, so as we get started in this round, it's just going to be a matter of sticking to that game plan, keeping the mentality straight, and not letting up on the pedal at all. You got to come in with the expectations that you're going to be challenged, and you got to play your consistent game. Don't let up. They're not going to let up at all, because that's a really good start. Sanch to Damus crossing it over 3 meters in now.
Yeah, it's beautiful cross pass there. That's bread and butter right there. That's exactly what you want to do. Damus right in front of the goal, right in front of the goalie in that high scoring area, that high percentage scoring area. And beautiful feed there from Sanch to read that. Definitely some communication between those two as they moved in there. And they get the first 2 on the board here.
Yeah, so Echo Zero with a disc, the team captain here for Paradox, coming in perhaps unexpectedly into the postseason. We're the beneficiaries of that, as a shot is going to just be slightly off. But will be recovered here by Twink Pants. He's going to bide his time, look for a dime over to the shoulder area, and they're going to go for one more cross. Nicely done to Kai, planting it at the feet.
Yeah, very similar play. Pass coming from basically the same spot. The cut in from a very similar location. Kai cutting in from that left side post there, and the feed from Sanch on that quarter side wall on the right side, the far side. Yeah, just beautiful. Another beautiful setup from Vertigo here on the Paradox goalie.
So as Paradox rolls out, Allen taking the disc, going over to the tunnel to Baguette. Baguette having it nabbed right out of his bag with the steal. Kai there connected very tightly with a Twang Pants. Look at those redirects. Look at the shots. That's a big three off of what was some just incredible mobility being shown from that stacking pair.
Yeah, they sent that one in, chased it down, got it, recovered it themselves, and they set it 21 meters out. Twang Pants sent that one from with no hesitation on that shot. It was a beautiful three there from Twang. And now, yeah, Vertigo up by 7 here with 7.5 to go in round 1.
And everyone there from Paradox launching off into the right tunnel, but they do still break loose. A good punch there from Echo. Echo receiving the pass now. He's going to tap off and go off with a triple ding. What was that? Still a recovery, but that was one of the most unusual swirls around the goal I've seen.
You know, I've seen a triple ding before. I've seen it. They're rare. They don't happen often, but I've seen it before. What I have not seen is a triple ding or a double ding or a quad ding with the headbutt on the goalie, and it still stays right on the goalie plane. Like, that was ridiculous, but they do get that one in and get 2 on the board there. It was Paradox, and now Paradox pushing that Vertigo lead down to 5 here, but Vertigo back in possession. Definitely looking to make something happen here, extend their lead on this next drive.
It's crazy. The players as well and on both sides giving a little bit of a laugh towards what happened there. But back into the game because Twang Pants does get the disc. Looks for that maybe bounce attempt, but will just be sent to the opposite pocket where it'll be met by the hands awaiting Echo.
So it will be, Phantom's moving this one up in possession here in their own zone. They got that chain together, so they're going for a dribble here. Beautiful dribble there. Off of that, they get it in for the 3. Look at that. Baguette sends it in on the chain with Allen. They chain down. Allen gets there first off that bounce from the ramp, and then Allen sends it in. The goalie was in the lane, but didn't have the whole thing covered. Allen with beautiful placement on that shot. 10 meters out, good for the 3, and now Paradox got the lead down to 2.
There you go, Dimwi. That's why I said you can't take your opponents ever for granted. Doesn't matter that Paradox came in a little bit newer to the league, only played 6 games in the regular season. They've been playing hard. They've been practicing hard. They took a round off Quackheads over on Channel 2 just moments ago. They did lose in the 3rd, but nonetheless, they gave a fight to Quackheads. They're giving a fight to Vertigo. So Vertigo has to keep steady on the pace and the headspace if they want to close this out effectively. And now they will with maybe a pass and the shot. Kai taking it in.
A nice hook shot there from Kai on the goalie. Goalie had trouble. Goalie definitely, I mean, you can watch how the goalie moves. You can see him move up with that shot. He was tracking that disc fairly well, but just couldn't keep up with it quite. And Kai's able to put that one in. And yeah, I think also just on the note of Paradox, the fact they took a round off of Quackheads, they're performing so well here against Vertigo. They're definitely a team you're going to be wanting to watch out for in season 2. Is they're relatively new together in the last month or so. So yeah, seeing them performing so well already in the closed qualifiers here, definitely an omen, a good omen for the future for Paradox.
Yeah, absolutely. So they initially joined a little earlier in the season, but they only played for a couple of weeks before kind of taking a hiatus of sorts. Then they reappeared in that last month to play a couple more weeks, and then yeah, here they are in the postseason again. The dropouts there from non-esports as well as Vibers enabled them to squeeze into that playoff seeding essentially. And they are not disappointing whatsoever here because they're playing very, very well just to contest a team like Vertigo who finished 4th and has had some impressive performances today as well.
Yeah, Vertigo has been doing really well today, and they're currently in the lead here, up by 4 with 4:20 to go. Nice. And now it's going to be Twang Pants moving that one in, sending that one off of that far side quarter wall, getting his own rebound, so getting a pass over there to Kai. Kai moving in. He's going to send that one in. He had a defender coming out to challenge. Goalie was in the goal, but goalie was under duress there. There's a player on his back, and but the shot goes in. Kai, beautiful shot there from Kai, and that's going to put Vertigo up by 6.
Was that like a sort of pun? I don't know, because I usually use the phrase draped all over him like clothes, and you said under duress. Anyway.
It was not an intentional pun, but I'll take it.
Well, I wish it was, but I'll take it too. Taking the disc is Kai. He's going to search for another goal, or actually for a teammate. who will then search and just opts for the back pass. You can see the spreading of the floor, the comms coming out very nicely and effectively as they have all day for Vertigo. And there's the back pass, so finding their patience and the positions.
And if Paradox forcing that back pass, their coverage around the bubble, they're not clumping. They're not clumping together. They're keeping their coverage spread and doing a really good job. And even the goalie gets sunned out, so that defender comes down to challenge that shooter to cover for the goalie. Despite the fact that was a great play there from Vertigo, the Twang pass to Damas in front of the goal. As that the defender was going to attack Twang as the goalie got stunned out. But I gotta really commend Paradox for their bubble play here. Their coverage is phenomenal. It's really good, and they just gotta shore up those one-on-ones to really shore up that. Oh no! But then the turnover. Oh, that one's gonna be just wide.
So Senior Loco now maybe wiping some sweat off the brow as he takes position in goal as his stack up in the front, tries to just really be aggressors on the defense, as you mentioned, closing up on them. And yeah, Paradox definitely showing up today and showing the sneak preview, kind of, as I mentioned in the pre-show, on what we can expect in future months, because this is an exciting time for Echo as they go for the goal now. Gonna be Baguettes. He puts that in, jetting down the floor for their 7th point.
That's I think it's the second goal we've seen from them where they send that one in deep, recover their own clear and put it in. At least the second one we've seen in the game. And yeah, good for the two there. Baguette getting there first and putting that one in. Paradox really taking it here to Vertigo. 2 minutes to go, though. A 6-point differential still possible here for Paradox to come back. They're not out of time. They just need to make something happen.
Yeah, even more redirects. Very nice from them. They've been really clearly putting some work in because they're looking good right now. The defense, mentioned that in the pre-show, how nothing else. They have some really solid hands and reflexes anytime it's on their side of the floor defensively, where they have to just cut off those defenses. But here goes now for a shot. It's Twang Pants right up high above the reach.
Yeah, that was just beautiful passing from Vertigo all the way down. The Paradox Chain was having trouble keeping up with it, and the passes were just on the whole way. They didn't miss one, and yeah, that execution there is what's going to keep you in it. And without missing any of those passes, they get it all the way down the goal with no problem. And now up by 8, Vertigo is 15-7 here in round 1. A minute to go. This one going to get sent in deep. Oh, and there it is. It's going to be recovered there. I couldn't quite see who that was. Too far away from. That is. Excuse me, Senor Loco. Excuse me, Aki Allen getting that one in. I'm sorry. I saw Senor Loco after the play. It was Aki Allen getting down there first and getting that one in.
Yeah, Aki Allen with the optics on the disc as it just squeezed right through the hands of a couple players flying nearby. Gets the goal. And with 42 seconds left, comeback might be a bit tough, but just the fact that they've scored 9 points here against Vertigo, 15 points for them, I mean, that's still a very nice differential, again, against a 4th seeded team. Paradox coming in at the 9th seed. So this is still a substantial showing from them.
It absolutely is, but oh, what a stun there from Kai on Baguette to get that steal. He's going to go for that boop shot as Echo Zero was there covering the lane, and the boop shot is not only for show. Sometimes when the goalie's covering the lane like that, that's your only shot opportunity. You really want to get that shot on the empty goal, but they're going to get it in nonetheless. Not for a 3, but for a 2. Sanch to Kai right under the goal. Going to bring that one out on the hook shot, and that's going to end our round 1 here. Vertigo over Paradox 17-9.
Yeah, very impressed by the effort there from Paradox. For Vertigo, there we go. I was waiting for one of the teams to finally come up with a name to troll the stream. Anyway,
it's Dumas. You ever seen the commercial? Anyway,
it's Kai with 8 points, 2 assists. Actually, a lot of assists for everyone. Got to point that out on Vertigo, because that was the question going into these games today, is if the Vertigo that nails those passes and is finding just the good connection, if they show up, because they throughout the season, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's not, but when it's there, that's when they excel, and that's why they do find themselves at that 4th seed. So today, looking mighty good on the passing play through all the rounds, and here right now versus Paradox. I mean, 3 assists for Sanch, 2 for Twang, 1 for Damas. But yeah, obviously the name of play on words on Damas. But That might have been a thing in previous weeks. I just didn't notice it, but I just popped into my head because we were actually talking about it a little while ago or yesterday. But
Well, one thing I want to point out before we get started here in round two is despite the fact that Vertigo dominated in possession time, 415 to 132. Shots taken, 6-6. 6-6. That shows you Paradox's defense has been phenomenal here against Vertigo, and that's a strength they can build off of moving forward.
And in the games that I've watched and streamed, again, the 6 they played, I believe 6 or 8 or something of that sort. But going through the highlights and watching those, it's everyone. It's everyone on Paradox. There's no one who's just getting all the saves every time or all the stuns and steals. It's a very nice team defense that they run, and all of them really capable in the goal.
Yeah, absolutely they are. But now it's going to be Vertigo in possession here. Oh, good disruption there from Paradox. Vertigo going to come away with it again. And now Damus going to send this one back. Nobody there as he gets stunned out. And a good stun there by Twang Pants. But the slap there from the player on Paradox going to get all the way down into that Vertigo bubble. Get really near the goal. They're trying to get away, but it is going to be Vertigo getting there first. And now moving it around. Twang Pants going to try to send that one through that left tube. He does get it through, despite the player on the back line there. And the boosts are away. It is going to be Paradox first, and they're going to try to turn it around now.
That was a much quicker stack. So on that first clear on the opposite side, that disc hung there for an awful long time. That time, they were much more aware of the fact that they needed to get that disc back for Paradox. It's stuck at 0-0, maybe not for too long, though, as they roam in for their offense, backing it out now. And for Vertigo, they're going to reset their defense. And actually, that long pass, maybe a turnover, had it not been for the overshoot. So tough. A miss, enabling Echo to come in for the first two. It's 2-0. It took what, a minute and a half, and Paradox, they're looking good still yet.
That was a great shot as well. Echo Zero coming off of the ceiling there on the backside of the goal, drops vertically so hard, and it sends that one in on a hook shot high on the goal. That was a nice little misdirect there from him on the shot, and definitely beat the goalie out. And yeah, that's our first two on the board. It's going to be the Paradox here in round two.
So for Vertigo, they just need to maybe slow it down a tad, because some of these passes, even if that pass had connected, it was to a player who was alone there for a bit. And players joining him now, but that pass connected, it was still going to be a 1-on-3, 1-on-4 with defense nearby. So utilizing those backouts and just calming it down because it's a bit off kilter.
So Vertigo still in possession here. Possession has been their strong suit in this game, and that's a beautiful feed there. Kai to Sanch waiting on that right side shoulder. Is going to bring that one in from the top to that far side, the left side high on the goalie. And yeah, it's a beautiful shot there from Sanch to set that one in, and that's going to tie it up. 2.5 in, though. It took them a while to get that first points on the board, but maybe that's an icebreaker there, and they're going to be able to build off of it moving forward.
So Baguette takes a disc, is going to be assaulted rather quickly, but actually just missing that stack, missing the players. They're just rushing back into the goal. Tied up. Paradox, an opportunity to pull ahead once more. A few minutes off this clock.
It's a good possession here from Paradox, controlling in the Vertigo field at the moment, trying to send that one back, but it's going to hit the mark, miss the mark, bounce around, but they do get it back once again. Oh, good stun there, though. It is going to be Kai coming away with that one. Kai, the furthest man forward, at least for a moment, trying to send that one through. Oh, but that bounce is not going to be favorable. It's now 4-on-1. Here, they're going to, oh, he was looking for that long shot, but couldn't get it off, got stunned, and now Echo Zero losing that one for just a moment. Sanch going to come away with that one and send it away.
Yeah, and that was still a nice move, but over here on the boost, coming through, Kai, they got all the numbers in the world, but now starting to recover, maneuvering, but what a save! Echo Zero, there's the goalkeeping from Paradox, doing what they've done in their experience throughout the season, and it's not surprising, but boy, is that nice to watch. They're really, really pulling off some good stuff in this second round, and the whole series, for that matter.
Yeah, that's exactly what they need. They need to make the stops on Vertigo, but they also need to, when they make their stops, when they turn it around, they got to be able to punish on them. As now Vertigo is going to get opportunity. They send that one in. Twang Pants on that empty net, but it's not going to be on the mark, and now it's going to be Sanch on that far side, sending that one up to Kai. Kai moving in, and he hits that one high on the goalie there, right near that top corner pocket. Good for the two, and now Vertigo is going to take a 2-point lead.
Yeah, it looked like that save almost grabbed as well, but still good placement just to deny. And force the defenders, because defenders are still so good these days that that could have been a save with just an extra 0.2 of a second. So really important to just make those defenders stretch their arms as far as possible, just to delay them that extra split second. That's enough to get the goal there.
And a good goal it was. Is now Vertigo going to turn it back around once again. Looking at an empty net there. Sanch trying to send that one in, but he's going to hit that nugget block and it's going to bounce wild a little bit. But Sanch getting it right back, sending that one up to, excuse me, that was Kai there. Kai backing it up to Damus, but Damus going to get stunned out and Akio now going to send this one in deep. The Chains are trying to get away, but some leeching, some stunning going on. Oh, they couldn't. They overshot it just a little bit. Echo Zero with an opportunity. Going to come in one-on-one. Oh, the goalie's going to come out. Kai with the steal.
Oh, nice.
Echo Zero getting that one back. Going to send it in for the 2, and that's good enough to tie it up here halfway through round 2.
Great brawl there. I see Gilligan also appreciating a brawl that occurred earlier on. Yeah, that was some really nice one-on-one play right inside that bubble. It was just mano-a-mano, and Echo caught the goal base off of it. That was fantastic. And you mentioned it a moment ago, Dimwi, Vertigo had some open goals, and they couldn't punish on those threes initially. So that's going to cost them, at least in that situation, those points.
Yeah, that's yeah. I don't know what else to say about that. But Twang Pants, ooh, the feed the Kai. Kai's gonna bring that one in. That's that play we keep seeing Vertigo pulling out here, where they have someone cutting in from the left post area off a feed from the right side. And if you're the goalie there, it's a feed from the left to the player coming off the right. And yeah, it's been effective, so they're going to keep doing it. It's good for another 2, and now they're taking the lead once again here. Vertigo is over halfway through round 2.
And over there, will actually be missed by the hands on that rollout. So back to the midfield. Ninja Knight was mentioning too in the chat, Paradox much improved from when Ninja had first played them. And yeah, I agree absolutely. That's tremendous progress being shown in a relatively short amount of time, to be honest, as they look for a back pass here that does get to Baguette. A bag pass, if you will.
And now that one taking a wild bounce. It's going to be Kai coming away with that one. So Kai turning that one around here for Vertigo. And now another chain race. It's going to be who's there first. Twang Pass. 1-on-4, though. Senor Loco is going to get that steal right on the edge of the bubble and send this one out, but right there into the hands of Sanch. Sanch sending that one in, but now in the hands of Senor Loco. Loco playing some good defense here right now to stop the assault there from Vertigo. And now a slap from Paradox going down in, not quite into that bubble, going to bounce into the skybox there. Now Twang Pants coming away with that one, and Vertigo looking to turn this around.
It wasn't just nice defense, good defense. You know what it was? It was Loco defense. That was the potential they're showing defensively here. Incredible, but they will lose that goal conceded to Twang Pants. So that is a good brawl from Twang to enable now to double up on the score sheet, 8-4 over Paradox here. But still, crazy defense. They are putting serious clamps on Vertigo right now.
Yeah, they're doing a really good job of it there, but that was Twang Pants getting the stun on Echo Zero with the speed and then coming back, grabbing that disc as Echo Zero dropped it from the stun. And what a read there, and now another turnover. Vertigo almost in control of it, but a slap there from Paradox back into the Vertigo zone. Now it's going to be a race for it. It is Echo Zero getting there first, but he's going to get stunned out, and Twang Pants again sending that one away. Oh, but all these stuns, good brawls here in this near side. The near side tunnel there is ultimately it is going to be Paradox coming away with it. Now being sent in. Oh, but what a read there by Kai. He's going to turn that one around, and now they're going to trying to move into the Paradox zone, but taking some bounces.
Bounces right to the awaiting hands of Senior Loco. He'll find Baguette, but Baguette just finding the fist right in the face with the stun. Twang Pants now might have himself a potential open goal, but there's a stack coming in as well. That's going to bounce right off the edge of the backboard, be recovered by Damus. Damus putting it in its place for the 10 points, and now it would seem that Vertigo on the race to take round 2 here.
Yeah, and that one there, that's why you can't be chasing the disc. You got to predict those bounces. I know they can be hard to predict sometimes, though. And yeah, that's ultimately what gets Vertigo, the space and the time. They get the stun on the player trying to chase it down and then get that one in for the 2. And now Vertigo up by 6 here with only a minute to go, but a good opportunity there from Paradox, not able to get that one in.
They still have a bit of time, but Vertigo, if they show some of what they were showing earlier on, we know that even if a score goes here, they're going to probably try and stall that out. Definitely a team who's good with playing it patient. A little bit scrambled in this round, but especially with that last minute going through and maybe a shot here off of some boost, it's going to be tough. So there's Twang, gets the pass to that favorite spot, but save from Echo Zero. What a big save. And now a big boost, but not the grab.
Yeah, that was an amazing save there from the player Paradox. And now, but 20 seconds ago, this game is securely in the hands here of Vertigo. As I stumble over my words, they're going to send this one in 12 seconds ago, trying to get that one out, slapped out by the player there on Paradox, and now it's going to be handled by Sanch sending this one in. Looking for a bounce shot, or at least a favorable bounce off the backboard, but it will be Echo Zero once again getting the hand on that, sending it out. But round 2, Vertigo is going to get the victory over Paradox 10-4, and that should secure their placement in the finals here moving forward. And they will be facing off. They will likely be facing off against Paradox, and I had it here, Gravity, and Washed Up in the finals. Wow! Congratulations here to Vertigo.
Absolutely, it was maybe made harder than they expected to secure that win, as we mentioned, going into this round and going into the first round. How you just really need to play that same game and treat treat Paradox as if they were Phantoms, as if they were Quackheads, because that's the kind of situation we're in these days in Echo. If you take your foot off the pedal, or if you consider a game already won and guaranteed before it even starts, you're definitely liable to get embarrassed every now and then, or get caught off guard. So that's a tough balance, and it's very much easier said than done. But for Vertigo, they were able indeed to complete it, and it was a overall very successful day for them. Despite a little bit of scrabbleness towards the end, they played very well. There's a reason why they are that 4th seed at the end of the season, and why they're in the Silver Division, and why they are looking to advance into the championship brackets next weekend.
Yeah, definitely a good team here in Vertigo. Their passing in this game was phenomenal. Their possession time, you look, they ultimately 62% to 38%. I don't have the raw numbers at my fingertips at the moment, but yeah, Vertigo definitely earning that victory here, earning their spot into those finals to play against some of the top teams in the world, and definitely going to be a challenge. But one that they are certainly ready to face, and I think they're going to perform. I think they're going to perform admirably next weekend.
Oh yeah, that's the hopes, the expectations. You don't get there by mistake, certainly. That far into the championship brackets. The same with this level of play and these finals qualifiers this weekend. You don't get here if you're not capable of putting on some seriously good shows. And even from Paradox, who again came in the 9th seed, they slipped by because the 2 other teams ahead of them in seeding were unable to compete. And coming in with essentially mega underdog situations, not expectations from the viewers or the teams necessarily that they would be likely to qualify as underdogs, and yet they took a round versus Quackheads. They almost took a round versus Vertigo. They were, like I said, it's uncanny. Every team who makes it this far, they're here for a reason, and we saw that today. And real quick, too, in the Twitch chat there, pasted the link a moment ago, but that match between Phantoms and Quackheads is on Channel 2 still. In the second round, Phantoms took the first. Currently, Phantoms ahead 10-2 in the second round. There's still 5:27 remaining in that match. So you can go and watch that. And actually, since this was the last match on Channel 1, we'll probably go and raid them in a moment here. But yes, for those who joined us on Channel 2, thank you for doing so. Of course, we have some more games on the way not too far in the future. North America will have their Group B qualifying cups, the round robins, in just a few hours from now. So starting in fact, about 3 hours, or wait, no, 2 hours. Yeah, so
2.5.
2.5.
Pre-show 2.5. Games.
See, I was almost right. It was somewhere in the middle. The pre-show starts 2.5, and then in 3 hours, indeed, that will be the actual cups. So you can join us for the pre-show if you guys would like, but either or, definitely tune in for the North American matchups, because boy, are they going to be exciting as well. So much intrigue going on.
Yeah, no, you got Team Joker, Infinite, Illuminati, and Wireless Jax. In round 1, you've got Joker versus Jax, Infinite versus Illuminati. These are all going to be amazing games. Every single one of them are going to be good. Unlike some of the other cups where we had favorites and the people kind of expectations on who's going to get through and who's not.
Yeah.
This one, I think there's a lot less certainty who's going to be moving through, because these are some teams. Wireless Jacks, that team that just killed in the close the open qualifier there, and just absolutely earned their way. They earned their way into that spot, absolutely, and I'm really excited to see them play today.
Absolutely. So that's going to be very fun. You guys definitely should tune in for that, and it'll be a good time all around. But until then, on Channel 1, I've been Palidore. That's been SirDimwi. Wit over on the cameras. So we're gonna head off now. Redirect you to Channel 2 for that raid in just a second, and yeah, finish out this European Qualifier Cup on that end. And yeah, see you guys later. Have a good day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. Be happy, healthy, safe, and see you soon.